Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's freaking get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as well as breaking news. Trump says I will end Biden's war on crypto, and the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. We'll also be discussing Australian Securities Exchange approves its first spot Bitcoin ETF. We'll also be discussing spot Ethereum ETF may begin trading by July 2nd, according to Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchunas. We'll also be discussing breaking news: Bitcoin Bank proposal gains momentum in El Salvador. Quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, President Bukele hits ground running a new term with new legislation establishing a Bitcoin bank. Borrowers can collateralize their pristine, no counterparty risks Bitcoin. Billions of Bitcoin will flood into El Salvador, up in the GDP. The credit ratings hits IG within 24 months. Kathy Wood's 10x GDP growth estimate in 5 years just got way more likely. We'll also be discussing an ETF boom. Market set to explode to 35 trillion by 2035, family, according to the senior ETF analyst over at Bloomberg. We're also going to be discussing analysts predict Bitcoin hitting 200,000 next year and 1 million per coin by 2033. They say we believe Bitcoin is in a new bull cycle. We're breaking all this down for you. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? We're streaming right now live and in the flesh. We are on X, we are on Rumble, we're on YouTube, we're on Kick, we're on Twitch. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. What it do, crypto fam? Make some noise. This is a live and interactive chat. The comment stream you see is coming from YouTube. If you can go to cryptonewsalerts.net, show us some love, interact in the chat. It's always greatly appreciated. And if you guys can repost this over on X, spread the word. Let them know we live and in the flesh. We'll be live for the next couple of hours. Let's go. Shout out JC Ice Baby. Devon, what it do? ETH ETFs may before the 4th of July. Yeah, the analyst says it may happen July 2nd. So early next month, which means 2 weeks out. That's only 2 weeks away, family. So it's pretty bullish. What up, dads? Oh, is it Father's Day today? Happy Father's Day to all the guys out there. I don't know if it's officially today or tomorrow, but nonetheless, it is Father's Day weekend. Either way you slice it. So respect to all the great fathers. We appreciate you. Smash the like button. It's an whoa, what does that say? Smash the like button. It's an autistic creature that comes in a variety of colors. Welcome, Steve Kingston. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Ahoy. Darth, Devon, the rest of the fam. Shout out Greg, good to see you, brother. Jerry Reynolds, what's up poppin'? Everybody should get free stats daily from the Fold app. ZBD and Lowly. Am I missing any? Great reminder there, BTC. You're referring to getting Bitcoin cashback rewards back on your everyday purchases. I know I'm familiar with Lowly, Lolli. What up, Steve? Good to see you, brother. Anyways, theme music, take her away.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome to the entire crypto fam and happy Father's Day weekend to all the broskies out there. We appreciate your support. We're streaming live on 5 platforms already here. We're going to have another epic show. A lot of good news to share with you on this Sat Stacking Saturday, as we do each and every day. Shout out Gigi, what it do? Chris Klein, Mario, good to see you, brother. What do you think about the Web3 war? What about it? Love the new theme song. Glad you dig it. Melda, shout out to Chandy for producing the epic hits. Maybe I need a life, but I have Bitcoin, so all is good in the hood. Precisely, Chandy. Precisely. And where are we at right now? 60 G's, baby.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for 5th level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? Oh, by the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty.
stacking them sats. And FYI, this is the 4-hour live chart right now. You're looking at live and in the flesh.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack the big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. I got my mind on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, 60 G's, a buying opportunity. And on Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it, because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, no sell, no, I won't Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout from Bitcoin. Roger out.
Yeah, baby. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Let's freaking go. Sat Stacking Saturday is here. BTFD, pull a Mikey Sailor, 700 million purchase over the weekend here. You already know it's about to get lit. Why are we hearing this? Well, we're in the 60,000 territory, brother. Bitcoin is a special. Shout out to the Rasta fam. I3, K Jammy Jam. Peter, what it do? And shout out again, Chandy, for producing the tracks. She officially produced the score of the show. And that's what's up. Barack Monfils Evangelista. Welcome, broski. Appreciate you. Good to see you as well, Steve. Appreciate you joining us. Everyone just joining us. Pump the likes, pump the stream. Be sure to repost this. We appreciate it. Greatly appreciate all the support. Bitcoin's back in the green. We're up 500 on the day. It's Sunday, bro. Trust me. What part of the world are you in? Maybe it is in Asia, some parts of the world, obviously. If you're in the future, maybe you come from the future. Let me know. Stacking them biddies. How many of you would borrow against your Bitcoin if you had the opportunity to do so? We're going to be discussing that here today in the show. Big news out of El Salvador. They're going to be launching a Bitcoin bank. That's right, where you can actually use pristine collateral, your biddies, and borrow against it, which is everyone's dream. So we're going to be discussing this. Stick around. We're also going to be discussing a $35 trillion market cap as per top analysts, as well as besides the ETF boom, we also have Bernstein with a very bullish prediction, predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price. I'll be sharing the exact date they anticipate it. They're also anticipating $200,000 biddy by next year as far as the cycle peak. So you already know. Darth Melda. Wow, we got a couple of boys from Toronto. Shout out to the Canadians. Alberta representing. Much love from Russia. Shout out Peter. 11:11 p.m. Happy 11:11. A divine omen right there. Moscow time representing. Absolutely plan to borrow against my biddies. It is the only way to spend it tax free. I turned 1 year old today and found my seed. Congratulations for becoming a 1-year-old. You're still a toddler, but at least you got your seed. I hate selling any Bitcoin and borrow versus Bitcoin is smart. Monaco Cat, amen to that. Anthony Mistretta, welcome to the stream, family. Welcome everyone just joining us this fine day. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash those thumbs up because the likes help out tremendously with the YouTube algo. Also, if you can, simply subscribe. This is the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and please do repost this over on X. It's always greatly appreciated. Today is pod episode number 1671. I'm your host, JV. It's June 15th, 2024. Happy Stacking Saturday. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. As you can see on Coin 360, the entire market back in the green, which we love to see, with Bitcoin trading at 66,600. XRP, the big gainer of the day, but still below 50 cents. We have Ether up 5%, trading just under 3,600, with the rest of the market pumping in the green. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The current market cap sits at $2.41 trillion, and the Bitcoin market cap resurfaced above 1.3 trillion. Let's freaking go. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we have ENS up 16%, Pendle up 11.5%, and Lido DAO up 10.5%. Quick shout out to Barack Monfils Evangelista. He wrote, "Keep it up" with a super. I greatly appreciate the support, brother. Love and light. And below that, we got like Pepe, Notcoin, Athena, Optimism, Polygon. Which alts, if any, are you guys most bullish on for this particular bull? holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily is a beautiful thing to see 95% of the market back in the green, because yesterday it was the polar opposite. It was like 95% of the market in the red. So nice little flip reversal here. And zooming out on the monthly to get a broader perspective, it's safe to say maybe 80-20 with most of the alts correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're currently rated a 74 in greed. Yesterday 74, last week a 72, last month a 70. And there you have it, my crypto fam. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next? Holla, holla, holla. That would be freaking awesome. Let's all hope Bitcoin going to 69, 175. If it does, 1 billion in shorts will get squeezed and the price will rocket to a new all-time high and perhaps beyond 75 G's. Send it. I love that, Greg. Let's make that happen. Pump the likes, pump the stream, spread the word as we continue. Preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi as we do here each and every day. I am on the USDC. No. Why would you be all on USDC? We know that's crap. Can I sell my ex-wife to buy more Bitcoin? I dock with high mileage. We wear short shorts. Who wears short shorts? Adam wears shorts. 90,000 sounds more like it. Oh, Hardy, send it. Let's make it happen. What do you guys say? Source CoinGlass Bitcoin exchange liquidation. Nice. Bitcoin inverts the golden rule of the investments. That is that one should not invest what one could not afford to lose. With Bitcoin, it is inverse. That's why we save in the biddies and we only keep in the bank what we can afford to lose, right? Because it's nothing more than a melting ice cube, whatever fiat you're accumulating in the bank. You know what I mean? Might have to chop back and forth for a couple of months until the fear and greed index craps the bed, the banana zone. Well, we are living in a banana republic, at least here in the United States. That's when ETH ETF starts trading. They're saying July 2nd, 2 weeks out, family. Are you guys ready? Are you bullish for that? Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate it. It already kind of got the green light, from my understanding, from the SEC, so it's just a matter of the launch. So it will be coming soon. Even Gary Gensler himself said it was likely going to launch this summer. It's already summertime, so lo and behold, it's a-coming.
Pump it up.
So to directly answer your question, JJ, as soon as July 2nd, ETH ETF could be trading.
It up.
Mikey Saylor says, convert any money you can't afford to lose into Bitcoin. That's a bet I'm willing to take. I'm all for that. Shout out Mikey Saylor.
It up.
You already know. Don't sound good storing fiat as a store of value, because according to Mikey Saylor, what do we call them folk?
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Nope. Not on this channel. We're stacking them sats forever, Laura, because we understand.
People that use
Borrow against your BTC and El Salvador Bitcoin banked. Let's go.
fiat currency as a store of value.
What do we call these folks? Let me know in the chat.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Facts. So there you go. And what's the second best crypto? I thought you'd never ask.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bada boom, bada bing. That's the king. You feel me? You got that right, Darth. 100%. You nailed it, Anthony. Hello, Russia. Hello, Canada. Hello, world. Yes, you got that right, Steve. It is the poor, 100%. But anyways, fam, let's continue. We did a little market watch. Now what we're going to do is a little technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. And we'll go back to the live charts after I read this article. Bitcoin bounces at 1 month lows. Watch these particular Bitcoin price levels to watch out for next. That's right. Bitcoin surprised on June 14th by delivering another 3.5% dip, taking Bitcoin to 64,950 over on Bitstamp. Now, building on existing weakness, the move took current week-to-date losses to more than 6.7%, and the Bitcoin price action to its lowest level since mid-May, according to TradingView. As we can see here on the Bitcoin one-day chart, Bitcoin just lost technical support at the 50-day moving average, according to Keith Allen, co-founder of Material Indicators, who also shared if the bulls lose support at 65,000, be prepared for 60,000 or lower. But lo and behold, 65 has been holding strong. And while 65 managed to hold, others are looking for possible areas to call a near-term Bitcoin price floor, while the new all-time highs look increasingly out of reach. For Axel Adel Jr., a contributor to the on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, hodlers' cost bases are due to receive a new market test. These levels, also known as realized price, refer to the aggregate buy-in price for investors holding coins for various lengths of time. And of particular interest are the short-term hodlers, entities holding a given unit of Bitcoin for up to 155 days, which represents the more speculative end of the hodler spectrum. As reported, their cost basis has functioned as bull market support almost flawlessly since the start of 2023. And as CryptoQuant currently shows, the short-term hodler realized price to be 62.2. Now, another cohort, those holding for between 3 to 6 months, have a realized price of 55,500, while Bitcoin's diamond hands where you at? The long-term hodlers have their cost basis at 24.3. Diamond hands and laser eyes. Now, how long the correction might last will be determined by the market, but in the previous cycles, similar situations lasted from 65 to 371 days. Now, also, Bitcoin trader watches for illiquid squeeze. That's right. We're referring to Peter Brandt. However, as I pointed out yesterday, I feel this highly unlikely. I'd give it maybe a 5 to 10% probability of happening. But nonetheless, he thinks if we break below 60, we can hit a low of $48,000. Quoting the analysts here, looks like the bid wall around 65 did get partially front run. Here, there's a noticeably large gap between bids and asks. Quoted ask liquidity is around 70 Gs currently. There is room for forcing an illiquid squeeze, in which I'd be watching for passive supply selling into the 68, 69,000 range. Some fresh bid liquidity quoted around 63 to 62, with the bulk of the demand around 60 if 65,000 is lost. And as you can see from CoinGlass, it shows a line of liquidity sitting at 64.9, just beneath the intraday lows, increasing at this current time. So there you have it. And also in the news, Trump again, I will end Joe Biden's war on crypto, he says. And the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. So there you go, yo. And now what I'm going to do, let's do a little live chart action, because we don't get to do this often enough, typically only when we do the pump watches, but what the heck. Right now you're looking at my favorite chart, which is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart via TradingView. This is live and in the flesh right now. You can see the targets on the screen. We have a big red target, which is a falling wedge target sitting at 73,507, which would take us on the cusp of re-entering price discovery mode, as the current all-time high is 73.8, which we captured back in mid-March. We also have a target in the purple, which is a head and shoulders target, just sitting at 64,379, not too much lower from where we're at. And then we have some lower targets, double top target at 60 Gs, and the orange just above 60 Gs as well. Now let's check out some of the other charts. This is the 4-hour. Let's look at the 1-day chart. How about that? This is the 1-day chart. You can see there is a target in the red, a falling wedge as well at 72,941, and there's one right above it, just sitting barely above it. And there's also a target below sitting at 61,188, and a blue target sitting at 53,668. And we're going to look at a couple of more charts. So we did the 1 day, we did the 4-hour. Let's look at the 1-hour chart, and then we'll zoom it in a little more, just to get some perspective of where we at. So yeah, we're sitting at roughly 65.9, as you can see, live and in the flesh. We have a red target in the 1-hour chart, which is a falling wedge target sitting at 68,781. And we have a target to the downside in the orange, you can see at 61,849. And we're gonna do one more. Let's maybe do the 15-minute chart. Yeah, let's do the 15-minute. Kind of flat right now, but there is a target in the red, sitting at 68,823, and there's a target below sitting at 61,849. So there you have it, crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on some of the price action and the live charts I just shared with you, and where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to take us next. I just think the 4-hour chart is good to look at for a perspective if you're actually active trading. It gives you a better perspective than the very zoomed in charts, such as say the 15-minute or the 1-hour. And then if you're too far out, you know, in the days or the weeks or the month, that's not so, you know, Yeah, I don't know. I just like the 4 hour. 4 hour chart's my favorite. Always has been. Weekends are the best for Bitcoin, Saturdays and Mondays for DCA. How many of you are using 4 hour charts when you actually trade? Let me know. I'm curious. 6 to 9 weeks is the usual. Historically, we break parabolic within the 7th to 9th week after the halving. Historical data states that we're within the sweet spot of the parabolic ascension. My Bitcoin bottom is around 61,000. That's the 0.886 fib from the prior all-time high of November 21st through today. Don says, I love the charts. I'm glad. Let me know if this is a segment you want me to do every day. After I read the technical analysis from the top analysts, let me know if you find that valuable, just me pulling up the charts live and in the flesh. Let me know if that's helpful. Wall Street has the pump, the price. They control all of the cryptos, is JJ. Thanks for the resource there. That's sick. You the man. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, where you feel price action is going to take us. We got 2 more weeks to go here in June before we enter July. Enter the dragon. And again, ETH, we're going to be discussing the ETH ETF, supposed to be going live in a couple of weeks, potentially on July 2nd. So we shall soon see. I believe that the grayscale dump is almost flushed from our system. Amen to that. Bankman-free damage is still being felt in crypto. True that. I like the charts. Happy to hear that, Devon. Maybe we'll start sharing them every day. I've been trading on the 8 hour on Mexi. It's looking pretty good right now. Right on, Chris Klein. What kind of trade do you have? I'm assuming a Bitcoin long position. 4 hours handy, but always zoom out to the daily and weekly to understand the longer term trends. Yo, yeah, absolutely. It's good to see all the perspectives. That's why I like TradingView. You can just switch from whatever. You want to look at the 1 day, the 1 week, the 1 hour, and everything in between. You can do that. Live and in the flesh with digital dankness. Shout out Dankness, my man. Major news, Bitcoin about to take over the world. Fly, BTC, fly. Reminds me of Scarface, fly, pelican, fly. 150,000 candle incoming as a new organization bought 120,000 Bitcoin in the last 30 days. Send it. Charts are more fun when JV reads them. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. See, I don't like to pretend to be the analyst. I'm not a TA guy. That's why I just like reading typically the news to you. But I don't mind sharing with you the charts because I have it set up where the indicator shows us all the targets, so I don't have to decipher a thing. It's beautiful. I use the 4 hour and the 1 hour to planning my trades. I keep it in the 30 minutes to 15 minutes for watching my trade. Appreciate those insights from active traders like JC. I wonder if Wall Street is going to keep it stagnant until July 2nd. Worm said, Gary, that during the summer, how we know ETH ETFs won't start trading next week. Exactly. He's a worm. So he's calling sometime this summer. He knows when they're going to go live. You already know that, family. He just wants to keep everyone in the dark because he is no Claire Gare. The worm. Yes, a Bitcoin long. Love to hear it, Klein. Good stuff. Historic levels are between 60,600 and 61.8. That should be the support. The fly, pelican, fly was Pacino's line. Would say to practice his Cuban accent. Fly, pelican, fly. There you go. When you understand Bitcoin, your worldview changes forever. Forever changed. Facts. Love the variety you bring to the table. JB. FGG. Amen to that. Can I get a hashtag FGG? Can I get a hashtag FJB? Whoever you don't like, do it up. And hodl forever. Calling him the worm is disrespectful to Rodman. Shout out to Rodman. I'm a fan. I was a fan of Rodman back before he dyed his hair and kind of was even popular because I used to be a fan of the Detroit Pistons and he used to play for that team back in the good old days, yo. When I was a kiddie. Yeah, that's pretty much my Bitcoin bottom at this point. But as Bitcoin, it doesn't care what anyone thinks. Amen. We do not know, but none of the ETFs, allegedly the central banks. Yeah, down with the central banks. Buck the feds. I said bunk. Bunk the feds. Yeah, bunk them as well, but buck the feds. Stack the biddies. You already know what to do. That's what we do.
Look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong. More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on.
That's right. And if you have more than 5 sats in your stack, let's get it on. FDT, Kepler. Bulls for the win, always. Massey has 14 co-sponsors on his bill to end the Fed. Good. End the Fed, let's go. That new politician that came out and recently listened to the Bitcoin standard, that's what's up. How old is Rodman? Man, I'm going to assume he's in his 50s, maybe even in his 60s. I have no clue. No clue. But yeah, I remember, didn't Rodman even do a movie with like Jean-Claude Van Damme? I think he did, like back in the good old days. Bitcoin pumping it up. You know how we do. Rodman is 63. Ooh, sounds old, but it's not. But yeah, he was like the bully on the team that, you know, basketball was very aggressive, especially back then. And he would like not take ish from nobody. Elbows to the face. It was pretty brutal actually back then in the NBA. Nothing like today. But yeah, he would protect his homies on the team. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer. Y'all remember that lineup? Anyways, a bunch of Jeffries are getting wrecked. Jeffries, eh? They were too busy stalking on the social media, getting fat, lazy, instead of learning, educating themselves on the biddies. Amen. For real, I've been saying for quite a while, what would happen if the Fed and central banks put the Bitcoin in their books? Good question. BTFD all day, every day. Double impact. That was the one, yo. Jean-Claude Van Damme and freaking Mr. Rodman. Regulation is going to send us to like $30 trillion market cap. FJB, FDIRS, and FDSCC. Not financial advice, is an entertainment and opinion-based show. Amen to that. Facts. 100%. Caitlin Clark is a G. Why aren't the women allowing her to play in the Olympics, though? That's my question. Are you not entertained? The bigger the base, the future in space. I played a festival with my mom, and she is a cool as what, mama? Rodman plays the piano. Anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. Greatly appreciate it, but let's roll into our next story of the day. I got a lot to share with you. We're going to be discussing a lot about the ETFs. For example, this particular headline reads, Australian Securities Exchange approves its first spot Bitcoin ETF. That's right. Australia's largest stock exchange, the Australian Securities Exchange, short ASX, has approved its first spot Bitcoin ETF fund, which will commence trading June 20th. 5 more days, bro. Investment firm Van Eck will be the issuer of the spot Bitcoin ETF. And according to Van Eck press release shared, it comes only months after the firm was approved to start trading the spot Bitcoin ETFs. The Van Eck Trust HODL in the United States, which officially began January 11th, CEO for Van Eck in the Asia Pacific region, Arian Nairon, reiterated that the demand is growing for Bitcoin exposure in Australia, especially through a regulated, transparent, and familiar investment vehicle. We recognize Bitcoin as an emerging asset class that many advisors and investors want to access. VBTC also makes Bitcoin more accessible by managing all the back-end complexity, understanding the technical aspects of acquiring, storing, and securing digital assets is no longer necessary. And although this is the first time a spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved by the ASX, there have been 2 other instances when Bitcoin ETFs have launched in Australia over the past couple of years. That's right. Now, recently, the monochrome Bitcoin ETF with the ticker IBTC was approved and started trading on Australia's second largest stock exchange, which is the CBOE Australia Exchange. Now, the monochrome Bitcoin ETF started trading when the markets opened on the CBOE Australia Exchange, which was June 4th, so about a week and a half ago, yo. And here's some of the stats. Australia's new Bitcoin ETF has accumulated 46 Bitcoins since launch. Not really that much volume, 46 BTC, but hey, it's a start. Now, monochrome said IBIT's holdings are stored offline, or IBTC's holdings, that is, in a device not connected to the internet, aka a cold storage wallet. And with a crypto custodian solution that meets Australian institutional custody regulatory standards. Also in April of 2022, the global X21 shares Bitcoin ETF became the very first Bitcoin ETF product to debut in Australia. So there you have it. How many of my Aussies here in the chat right now? Let me know if you're in Australia, brothers. And how many of you are looking to get exposure to the Bitcoin ETF? If you are in Australia or anywhere else, let me know. And we're going to be discussing more ETFs here shortly regarding Ethereum. We may see some Bitcoin fireworks next week, the summer solstice, that's right, on the 20th of June, and coincides with the strawberry full moon. Is Bitcoin celestially aligned? Great question. Fireworks, let's go. Yeah, you can't trust these Wall Street guys. Look at Jamie Dimon. Bitcoin sucks, yet Chase owns BTC. Crazy, right? FJB.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Precisely what we need to do.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1 million.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1 million, says Mr. Mikey Saylor.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Do you agree? Now, how many of you saw Michael Saylor's recent speech he gave at the recent Bitcoin Prague conference, which is the biggest conference for Bitcoin over in Europe? We covered that yesterday in the podcast. He made a crazy 1,000x prediction from 70,000, which would mean he firmly believes Bitcoin will reach $70 million per coin. If you missed yesterday's pod, I encourage you to check it out after today's stream. It was pretty lit. Anyways, I covered all the highlights from that speech. So it was very in-depth. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. There we go. Nick, boy, you're in Australia. Are you excited about the ETF? Let me know. And what's the current government support as far as talk on the news? Do they talk about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? Give us some insights, being you're living there. The current chart pattern is a 60-40 for a final shakeout into the 58 to 62 region. This is Monaco. Cat. The world is coming for the biddies. Facts. I follow Prague. Nice. How's the weather there in Australia? Yeah, do let us know. Here in Puerto Rico, it's a blazing hot. It's a scorching hot. Afternoon from South Carolina. Another one from South Carolina. Shout out Jern Bean. Welcome to the stream. Love the Aussies. Amen, JJ. She's a few years ago, JD stated he would fire any employee, Jamie Dimon, for trading Bitcoin or crypto. At the same time, they were opening a Bitcoin futures trading desk. Facts. And he was purchasing hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. At the same time, he was fudding Bitcoin. He continues to FUD Bitcoin. Meanwhile, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase are authorized participants of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Yet he continues to FUD because that's his job. Mislead you. No different than Kramer and the rest of the talking heads. You know what I mean? Hello, group. Out of the hospital. Welcome back, Michael. Glad to hear you're out. Nobody wants to be in that hospital. The most exciting announcement in Prague was the most conservative company in Germany, Telekom, will go into Bitcoin. Nice. The corporate ladder to the top is ultimately just put the biddies on the balance sheet and pull a Mikey Saylor. Done deal. Jamie Dimon is a clown. I second that. Krusty the Clown, like from The Simpsons. That's Jamie Dimon. It's cold in Lower Australia this morning. Thanks for the love, guys. Shout out Hey Z. I'm not worried about the Wall Street owning the biddies. I kind of like that fact that they think they can own enough to control it. LOL. That is funny, Molly, right? Tectonic, no shilling. That's right. You have been warned. We'll send Krillin from Dragon Ball after you with a Constructo disc. Something like, mess him up. No more trolling, or we going to mess you up. You've got the, whatever JC and JC say, do the opposite, you'll be fine. Now, who you're referring to in those JCs? Let me think here. Jim Cramer, and who's the other JC? Oh, JD. Yeah, Jamie Dimon. You got it. Now, ETH is another story. Do you think Wall Street can control it? Well, we know Ethereum is controlled clearly by the Ethereum Foundation, which is in cahoots with the government. So 100%. 100%. There is no finite limited supply. So what difference is Ethereum than the United States dollar? It's like a digital dollar. They could print unlimited amounts if they so desire. They can change the entire protocol. They've already done it once, right? It was once of proof of work, just like Bitcoin, and then they changed it to proof of stake. So they can change the entire model on a whim if they really want to. So do we trust Ethereum? Unfortunately, no. It's just the truth. It's compromised. I'll leave it at that. Does that mean that Ethereum's not going to soar with the rest of them? No, of course. It's still going to do its thing. It's still the second largest cryptocurrency. There's plenty of Ethereum moon boys that firmly believe in it, and Wall Street loves it. BlackRock clearly loves it, and the ETF is about to go live in a couple of weeks, so they're going to get the institutional FOMO. Shout out Sergio, Celeste. I greatly appreciate the subscribe family. If anyone else subscribes to the show, you get an on-screen shout out by yours truly. The banks hate the Bitcoin. Trying to transfer money to an exchange is a nightmare. A lot of the general public love it. Lots of people I know have Bitcoin. Good to note, Nick, and that's down in Australia, brother. Don't talk about Elon. The guy is a loser. JJ. Why all whales FOMO buy ETH? I don't know. Remember when ETH rolled back their ledger? Yeah, I do. I sold my ETH and made more money to buy Bitcoin. Smart. I also did something similar. I capitulated the majority of my ETH position a while back for the biddies because I firmly believe in Bitcoin. I know it's decentralized and I can sleep good at night. Having a Bitcoin position, but having a large Ethereum position, it's like, I don't want to have a heart attack. I'm too young. Just saying. Anyways, I will be totally out of ETH before the top and wait 16 months to buy the next bear. Word up, brother. 348 on X, not too shabby. Pump the likes, pump the stream. Bitcoin will always be the king. All hail the king. Where do you think the low amount will be for the next bear cycle? Wow. It's all going to depend on how high we go. I'm going to throw out there, I think we have a 50% correction as far as a bottom versus, let's say, a 70% or whatever the last one was. I don't know the exact numbers. So hypothetically, I'll give you a hypothetical because you sent me a super and I appreciate it. Let's hypothetically say Bitcoin reaches 500,000 this cycle next year in 2025. I can see a correction down to the 200 to 250,000 range. If we hit 500,000, again, I can see a 50% correction anywhere from 200 to 250,000, hypothetically, if that were to occur. ETH does not have a purpose, but it is not the biddy. Bitcoin better than cash. What's ETH? I only hold BTC. There you go. The Aussie ETF doesn't excite me too much because the Aussie boomers had a bad attitude about the biddies. Our media sucks. Go figure, Hazy. Thanks for the insights. Once the Bitcoin Lightning Network is totally rolled out, all the other alt and cryptos will dive. Vitalik Cat controls ETH. I'm not surprised one bit. Anyways, family, let's keep it moving. Next story of the day. Here's the Ethereum ETF, and the latest news and headline reads, Spot Ethereum ETF may begin trading by July 2nd, 2 weeks out, according to Bloomberg analyst Eric Valchunas. That's right. Quoting him here, we are moving up our over-under date for the launch of the Spot Ether ETF to July 2nd. I think initially they said July 4th, right? A couple of days ago. So yeah, let me know if you agree with that. Decent chance they work to declare them effective the next week and get it off their plate before the holiday weekend. Anything is possible, but this is our best guess as of now, he added, referring to obviously Independence Day is July 4th, which is an annual celebration. The comments signal a turnaround in confidence from the day before. Well, Balchunas claim ETH ETF apps, we're still waiting for the feedback from the Division of Corporation Finance. Now, the division of the SEC oversees firm disclosures, with the analyst debating whether to push back his July 4th prediction, as outlined here on X. And on May 23rd, the SEC approved 8 19B4 filings to list spot Ether ETFs on various U.S. exchanges, but they can't start trading until they have required S1 registration statement approvals. Meanwhile, the SEC chair, No Claire Gare, provided a broader time frame for when the spot Ether ETFs might begin trading, indicating it could happen within the next 3 months by the end of September. Talk about the guy can't give a clear answer. It can happen any day within the next 3 months. Thanks a lot, buddy. And it could also happen freaking tomorrow because we're in summer. But nonetheless, that's No Claire Gare for you. Now, just a week earlier, Gensler indicated that the speed of the Ether ETF approvals would depend on how quickly issuers could address comments from the SEC. And while some traders are hopeful that the Ether prices could mirror Bitcoin's chart movements following the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, January 11th, which surged to record highs of 73.8. That was back mid-March. Not everyone has the same confidence. On June 3rd, Stephen Richardson, managing director of financial markets at Fireblocks, argued that the spot Ether ETFs won't see the same one-day inflow as the spot Bitcoin ETFs did, as the assets use cases are far more different in value. Quoting him here, what's missing is widespread consensus that effectively evaluates the utility or utilization rate of the Ethereum blockchain. So there you have it, my crypto fam. What are your thoughts? Do you think we get that official launch date for the Ether ETF spot on the 2nd or July 4th around that holiday weekend? Let me know. Clearly, it would have to go live on a open day, not over the weekend, but you see my gist. Anyways, I forget what the fiat again. Oh yeah, Bitcoin, let's go. Exactly, Kelvin. Who cares about the monopoly money at this point? Anyone can play monopoly money, but we all know it's backed by nada. Bitcoin had a Nakamoto coefficient of 4. It is not decentralized. What the hell does that mean? A Nakamoto coefficient of 4. You got to break that down, brother. No Claire Gare. Well, that's his name. That's when I'm being nice, because I could call him No Hair Gare, which is probably more of an insult. Be careful of tornadoes. Yeah, you got to be careful of tomatoes as well. People throw them out, if you make a bad joke. Speculation is a drug. Molly, Darth, Dankness, what up, what up? Peter, Steve, Diana in the building. Claire, no Claire Gare, no hair Gare, no personality Gare. Gary the Worm. What's your preferred nickname for Gary? Let me know. And speaking of the worm, I got the perfect jammy jam.
Too many frauds and scams.
These clowns trying to take us down. What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Right on the money. Trying to take crypto down one at a time. No hair Gare is what it is, yo.
And let me just say,
Guess who's back?
Uni's a pumping. Well, shout out to Uni. I know No Claire Gare don't like Uni. I don't think No Claire Gare likes anything.
Back again.
I'm just
Gary's back.
Tell a friend. Gary's back. Gary's back. Gary's back. Dun, dun, dun.
Had the people on my back to get a song. Very broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb.
You know how we do. But anyways, anyone just joining us, be sure to pump the likes, pump the stream. We're live and in the flesh on 5 platforms. If you want to interact in the chat, which I encourage you to do, visit cryptonewsalerts.net. That's the direct YouTube link. And also, for those that don't know, I do have a dedicated clips channel where we share the short. Basically, we take these 2-hour live streams and we chop it up into clips and segments, and that can be found at clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. That's our secondary channel as a backup, just FYI. Gensler, hit ya by ya benza. Exactly what you just said, brother. Unfair Gary, sounds good to me. What up, y'all? What up, boy? What it do, son? No Claire Gare has no hair, but who cares? He loves the Care Bears. Precisely what I'm saying. Precisely what I'm saying.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Wasn't even planning on playing that snippet today, but someone earlier in the chat said, "Why are you always playing not like us?" Because they not like us. Simple and plain.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
I think that's the best snippet of all time. 366 on X. Not too shabby, but we got to get to 420 already. Happy 420 in advance. Let's get it. If everyone retweets this, repost it, we'll smash. We'll double up really quick. We appreciate it because now we know our potential. A couple of days ago on the stream, we had over 10,000 live viewers on X. So we know what we're capable of, family. Never forget, you hold the power. It's within you. A click of a button away. Show people how powerful you are. You know what I mean? Let's orange pill the world. Let's do it. XYZ, welcome, brother. It's stuck in my head. It should be. It's a very catchy jammy jam. I'm telling you, when that track first dropped, I heard it when it first dropped because I was watching the DJ Academics live stream, and there's like a few 100,000 people on it, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't sleep. It's that lit. Nakamoto coefficient is the minimum number of independent entities it takes to shut down the blockchain. Nakamoto coefficient. Thanks for the knowledge, Neil. I'd never heard of that. I am smoking on some fruit pop right now. I hope that fruit pop is a delicious strand, is all I'm saying. I haven't had that one. That's the one. That's the one.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that. Thank you. He said, we bought more bags, so we got a sword back.
You can't short your dork. We can't afford that.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
Wait for the pump to come. You should have bought that. Crypto to zero. They really thought that? They not like us.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Crypto to zero, they really thought that.
Exactly. The theme song is stuck in my head. It's a very catchy tune. Definitely. Same here. That's why you're always requesting it, right, JC? I got some sunset runts. When I was a kid, I loved runts. Now as an adult, I love that sunset runts. Filled in sunset blunts. Got to fill in the blanks. Sunset ring sounds lovely. Facts XYZ. Welcome, everyone. I got some blueberry lemonade in my vape. Yummy. Runts. Remember the little bananas? I used to love those little bananas. I try to eat one of those little bananas now. I'll probably break a tooth and realize how hard they were. It was like our teeth were invincible as children. All the candy in the world couldn't faze me. Now, I try to eat some candy. Eek. I'm like, how the hell did I eat so much candy as a kid? Hard money and little government. Amen. Anyways, fam, let's keep it moving. We still got a lot to share. This is the big news I actually wanted to highlight today, even though it's not the feature story. This got me excited when I first heard this news break yesterday from Max Kaiser. So shout out to Max Kaiser. Show him some love. This headline reads, Bitcoin bank proposal gains momentum in El Salvador. And Max tweeted, President Bukele hits the ground running in a new term with new legislation establishing a Bitcoin bank in El Salvador. Borrowers can collateralize their pristine, no counterparty risks Bitcoin. This is precisely what everyone has been asking me virtually every day I've been streaming for the past, whatever, like 5 years. Like everyone wants to borrow against their Bitcoin. Well, with a Bitcoin bank, that's a reality. Billions of Bitcoin will flood into El Salvador's upping GDP, and their credit rating hits IG within 24 months. Kathy Wood's 10x GDP growth estimate in 5 years just got way more likely. He also shared here, whatever you pay for real estate here in El Salvador now will double or triple in the next 5 years. When the new Bitcoin bank opens, borrow against your biddies and watch your basis for buying real estate drop like a motherfucking rock. And that was off the back of someone complaining about real estate being too expensive. They wrote, hey, Max, I'm really thinking about moving to El Salvador. My problem is that the real estate prices are just very high. I have to invest more money than I need to live in Germany. I am talking about real estate. Can you confirm that? Max makes a great point. Why wouldn't you just borrow against your Bitcoin, buy the house you really want, and then watch your bottom line basis drop like a rock? And obviously, Bitcoin is going to continue to go up in value over time. So pretty clever to be able to purchase a property and not have to depart with your precious biddies. So let me know your thoughts on that. Now, here's a little more deeper into the story. El Salvador's pro-Bitcoin president, Nayib Bukele. And if it sounds good, borrowing against your Bitcoin to buy real estate, repost this, spread the word, and let people know that this is going to be available very soon. It's proposing the establishment of a private investment bank within the nation of El Salvador, which, if approved, will offer Bitcoin investors access to financial services and fewer restrictions compared to traditional banks. Quoting Milena Mayorga over at El Salvador, she wrote, as part of our economic plan for El Salvador, we propose a BPI, Bank for Private Investment, where we can diversify the financing options offered to potential investors in dollars and Bitcoin. President Bukele, I just kind of read that from Max Kaiser, but he also added that ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood's forecast that El Salvador's real GDP can scale tenfold during the next 5 years has only become more likely. Amen to that. Now, it comes only 2 weeks after Bukele was sworn in for another 5-year presidential term after a landslide. I think the landslide was so big, it's never happened in presidential history of any country in the world. I think it was like 90+% of the population wanted Bukele reelected. Lo and behold, he got reelected. Here's a photo from that celebration, inauguration. Everyone was there. A lot of world leaders, even had Trump Jr. there. Javier Milei was there. Just a lot of people in general. Of course, Max and Stacy and the rest of the crew, the Bitcoin fam. But anyways, according to El Mundo, the BPI will not face the same stringent laws as traditional banks, such as restrictions on engaging with overseas banks or finance companies linked to their shareholders or in a business group. Loan restrictions will also be eliminated. In fact, quoting them here, investment banks will also not be subject to the prohibition of granting credit or assuming risks for more than 25% of their asset fund in relation to the same person. If approved, the new private investments must be created with a minimum share capital of $50 million and require at least 2 shareholders who may be foreigners. It was reiterated that a BPI would be able to operate in any legal tender, including the United States dollar and Bitcoin, and even seek approval to become digital asset and Bitcoin service providers. El Salvador's Ministry of Economy, Maria, proposed to reform to the Technology, Tourism, and Investment Commission under Bukele's direction. However, it has not yet been approved. The reform has not yet been approved. The legislators may not yet agree to call officials to consult the objectives of the project, nor have they put in a vote in the commission. But to me, it's like common sense. If you're going to buy a property, why not borrow against your biddies? Of course, we'd like a Bitcoin bank option here in the States, but who knows how many centuries, I may be exaggerating, but who knows realistically how long that will take, to occur here in the States. We already know Bukele is Bitcoin country. We know their stance on Bitcoin. They want their citizens to have Bitcoin. And I think that's just going to help accelerate the growth of the GDP, just as Max predicted. And I wouldn't be surprised if he nailed it, spot on. And the real estate values do truly, triple, quadruple in the next 5 years as a result of what Bukele is doing for the nation of El Salvador. Even me personally, I'm totally open to using Bitcoin to, borrow against your Bitcoin to purchase what you want. I did that to buy this house you're looking at that I'm in right now. So you already know, family. I'm all over it. I'd love to purchase a house in El Salvador. How lit would that be? Wow. And imagine just hypothetically, like Bitcoin's $1 million. And then it's like, here's 1 Bitcoin to the bank. You get $1 million cash and you can buy your dream home out in El Salvador. That'd be pretty lit, bro. Just speaking out loud, thinking out loud. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts and how many of you would actually entertain that. Holla. I'm going to read these thoughts out loud. Yeah, I heard the banks used to give lower interest rates on mortgages backed by gold. Makes sense to them. Give better ones on Bitcoin. Amen. Would I be able to open an account from the UK there? I don't know the details. I would hope, but I'm doubtful. You'd probably have to live in El Salvador, I would imagine. Otherwise, everyone in the world would just be banking with El Salvador, but you never know if it's a private bank. Maybe they have different rules or restrictions and regulations. I don't know. But that would open up the game theory. It would encourage banks in the United States and banks in other countries of the world to follow in their footsteps. So it's a beautiful thing. Someone has to do it, and it only makes sense El Salvador does it first. It's Bitcoin country, for Christ's sake. Mandarin cookies. Oh, snap. I think I got Mandarin Skittles. That's one of my strands I got from the dispensary. Similar to the Mandarin cookies there, yo. Mandarin something. I remember it was definitely Mandarin. So I asked the guy at the dispensary, I'm like, Mandarin, is this from China? Because obviously in China, they speak Mandarin. So anyways, oh my God, I just ripped a $100 bill in half while straightening it out to put it in my wallet. Dude, you should record that and make it go viral. It'll be worth the $100. But you know what? Even if it's ripped, you can go to the bank as long as they can see the serial numbers. They'll replace it with other fake monopoly money. So you're golden, brother. JV, we need to get a pump watch to get this mofo back to we could make it happen if I get all of your support and you promise to repost the frickin' pump watch and spread the word, and I dedicate 15 hours of my life watching the charts with you guys. I need you guys fully supporting me because we got to get like 10,000 views again on the stream. If you give me that level of support, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I lost my Mary vape and strawberry. No way. Dude, I lose vapes all the time. I don't know where they disappear. I almost feel like the elementals, like the gnomes come out and they just snatch my vape and disappear into the ether. I don't know. I can't call it. They always disappear. It's crazy. Crazy life we're living in. Anyways, tape it together. It's still usable. It is. You can definitely tape $1. They don't care. They know it's fake. So who cares? Some of the leaders in America that do the Bitcoin loans, they offer 21%. Ugh. That's not even reasonable. That's like robbery. 21% APR. Ugh. Your payments are going to be insane. This is freaking crazy APR for the greatest asset. Yeah, I think when I did the BlockFi loan before they went bankrupt, maybe my interest rate was still high, but nowhere like that. It was maybe 8%. Which was reasonable because bank loans at the time were only like 3% or 4%. So it was like double the traditional, loan, whatever. But yeah, 20% is robbery. The vape robber. I'm saying the elementals come out and they steal your vapes. Be very careful. They also, like the underwear gnomes, you get a missing pair of underwear or a missing sock. I think it's the same folk. I'm just saying. Bitcoin to 60 G's next couple of days. Bring it. No, I mean, if we hit 60, great buying opportunity. And I think wherever we're going to bottom, but let's make it happen already so we can freaking bounce. It was a bank I could take magic cards of paper current. Yeah, just if you out the game Monopoly, see if it works. Take all the money out of the bank in the Monopoly game, head to the real bank and be like, here you go. And they can be like, this is Monopoly money. This ain't real. Be like, what's the difference? What is your money backed by? And they're going to be like, you got a good point. Maybe they'll accept it so they can continue their perpetual fractional reserve banking scheme. They'll take your Monopoly money and then they'll let people borrow against it at a factor of 10 to 10x. That's traditional banking for you. 70 G's, baby. Yeah, that's more like it. I'd rather go back to the grocery store I got my hundos from. You got it. You invested in Bitcoin and a smarter than most of the population. Facts. Don't cry. Buy the biddies. Amen. Lost Mary is the brand of my vape. Nice. The Lost Mary. That's hilarious too. Anyways, now let's discuss a $35 trillion market cap, followed by a $1 million price prediction from Bernstein. Brand new prediction. This is their base case, by the way, so it even makes it that much more lit. But let's start here. ETF boom. Market set to explode to 35 trillion by 2035. That's right. The global ETF fund is poised for a meteoric rise, with analysts predicting a staggering growth by 2035. This translates to a projected asset value of a whopping 35 trillion. Whoa! Dwarfing the current figure of 13 trillion. Now, Eric Balchunas, senior ETF analyst for Binance, that's not correct. It's for Bloomberg, but I find that hilarious. If he was actually working for Binance, it's Bloomberg. Believes this surge is inevitable, driven by the inherent appeal of ETFs, an exciting new frontier of crypto-based offerings. What would you guys do without me? I mean, there's always inaccurate information in every article, and I got to fix it for you live and in the flesh, and I do a damn good job at it, don't I? ETFs have long been a darling of investors due to their inherent advantages. Damn straight. Unlike actively managed funds with their hefty fees, these types of funds boast low costs, making them a budget-friendly option for investors seeking broad market exposure. Additionally, their intraday liquidity allows for easy buying and selling throughout the trading day, a stark contrast to the less flexible structure of traditional mutual funds. Tax efficiency and the ability to tailor investment strategies to diverse offerings further solidify their position as a go-to investment tool. Shout out to Chandy for the super. She wrote, "Happy Father's Day to all the good dads, including JV, my boyfriend, and Dad in heaven." Amen to that, and I second that. Shout out to all the dads in heaven, because we all have dads, right? Regardless, and respect. Have an incredible happy Father's Day with the fam. That's what it's all about. So yeah, and thank you again, Chandy. Greatly respect and appreciate you. So Eric wrote 35 and 35. We predict in ETFs are likely to reach 35 trillion in assets globally by 2035, triple from 13 trillion today. This is based on 10%. Past decade was 17%. Decade before was 25%. This is arguably fairly modest because the market returns likely less great. Their low-cost intraday liquidity, tax efficiency, flexibility, etc., will continue to attract investor cash and traders volume, which will result in more new products, innovative designs, and more salespeople. Structural changes overseas favor ETFs long-term, while MF, can I say motherfrickers? I don't know what it stands for. Share classes in the U.S. will add yet another tributary to the cash to flow in. Direct indexing is clearing, not the threat some predict, and tokenization may be, but not for a while for a variety of reasons, and it could even help ETFs. Just too early to tell, though, and it shows you the ETF growth analysis chart. Look at that. Going straight to the moon, family. So you already know, and that's coming directly from Balchunas, the head analyst, not at Binance, but over at Bloomberg. He emphasizes these core strengths as a key driver of future growth. Let me know if you agree with the analyst. Now, the emergence of spot crypto ETF fund is a game changer for the industry. I mean, collectively, let's just discuss it. Collectively, they now have over, I believe it is 1 million Bitcoin accumulated in the last 5 months since January 11th, the date that the ETF spot for Bitcoin went live officially here in the States. 1 million Bitcoin, 5 months. That's 5% of the circulating Bitcoin supply. 5 months. It took MicroStrategy virtually 4 years. They got started in 2020. They put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, first publicly traded company to do so. They laid down the blueprint. Many companies now have followed in their footsteps, but guess what? It took them 4 years. And as of now, MicroStrategy has 214,000 Bitcoin, and Michael Saylor just announced purchasing another 700 million, which may be occurring over the weekend here. So you already know BlackRock is on track. I mean, they already have over 300,000 Bitcoin. So obviously they're the largest by far. They're also the largest asset manager on the entire planet. And they're not going to slow down anytime soon. Their goal is to accumulate and stack as many biddies as humanly possible. And when you guys like the Portnoys with the paper hands are selling, who do you think is snatching them up? It's the asset managers, it's the smart money, it's the whales, it's the BlackRocks, it's the ETFs. You already know. Agree, dads are the best. Amen to that. Yeah, yo. it's cool that fathers get a special day. Amen to that. You guys were right to tape it. The fan blew half of the $100 away. That's hilarious. Yeah, yo. I also like that about JV. Thank you, Steve. Let me see. Now I'm intrigued to see what Ty Fox wrote about me. Finally, someone not acting like a wussy clickbait baby talking about how the market is going to implode. Thank you, Ty Fox. Yes. No Garrett Soloway here. No Diddy. No Garrett Soloway. No inverse Kramer. No shenanigans. No BS. No drama. That's it. Straight up. Look at BTCB on base. Looking strong. Could be the next 100X. BTCB. I'm not familiar. What's the B stand for there? Obviously, it's not Bitcoin, so I'm curious. Shout out, Jen. JV, where are the places that we can support you? Do you have a Patreon? I appreciate you asking. JC, always in the description of YouTube and Rumble, I have a whole list of all the multiple ways that you could support me. I do have a Patreon. It can be found at patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. We also have memberships on the channel for both YouTube and Rumble. So if you prefer Rumble, you can support us on Rumble with a super. You can become a monthly member. Same concept here on the tube. That's how we earn money. Ultimately, it's through memberships, etc. Shout out Russell. He just gifted, speaking of memberships, wow. Just gifted 5 memberships of the channel to the following: Ferris Fox, Alex Mansfield, Chef Geo, Latin Table, Sadu P, and Heroic BTC. You can thank Russell O. Mahoney for hooking you guys up. We greatly appreciate that, Russell. And obviously, what Russell just did is another way to pay it forward and support fellow, Bitcoiners here on the channel just by gifting memberships. The MicroStrategy membership is going to make your name green. So for now on, you're going to have a green name and you're going to have a badge next to your name whenever you comment. So you ultimately get priority recognition. Anytime you drop a comment or have a question, I always gravitate towards the members because we greatly appreciate it. We've probably had over 1,000 members on the channel since we have launched memberships. And then more recently, we got temporarily terminated from YouTube, and it's like starting over because virtually all the memberships expired or whatever. So it's like we're starting over from scratch. So we appreciate all the gifts for the memberships. We greatly appreciate that. And if you were gifted a membership, gift a membership to someone else. It's called paying it forward. It's a beautiful thing, and we appreciate it. It means a lot. Power law, the stock to flow. Why not both? Amen, Andrew. We cover them both here on the channel. I'm a firm believer in stock to flow. I like what Plan B is doing. Stock to flow shows Bitcoin hovering between $100,000 and $1 million post 2024, leading into the next halving of 2028. So you already know. So yeah, Russell Mahoney, you the man. We appreciate you, brother. So there you go. Let's freaking go.
Again, you can call me 3AC cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up.
Yes. So here's what we're going to do next. Now let's dive into our featured story of the day. Analysts predict Bitcoin hitting $200,000 next year and $1 million by the year 2033. And this is their base case. This is Bernstein. They say, we believe Bitcoin is in a new bull cycle. Amen to that. And shout out to Pam Powers. She just sent a super. It says, love your show and music is amazing. Greatly respect you, Pam Powers. And I got to give a lot of credit to Chandy because all the original music we play on the stream comes from her production. So respect and thank you. We're glad you're enjoying it. So yeah, let's break down this bullishness right here. Bernstein analysts share their Bitcoin price prediction for Friday just recently, while initiating coverage of the Bitcoin-focused software intelligence firm MicroStrategy. They believe Bitcoin can reach $1 million per coin by 2033, and they forecast a cycle high of 200,000 by 2025, up from their previous estimate of 150,000. So they just upped their base case, ultimately 50 G's, baby. Quoting them here, we revised up our Bitcoin price expectation to 200,000 cycle high by 2025 versus 150,000, which was previous. Our base case estimates Bitcoin at 250,000 by 2025 next year and 500,000 by 2029 and a whopping 1 million by 2033. Let me know your thoughts on that prediction. The analysts largely attribute their bullish price forecast to the strong demand from the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Quoting them again, we believe that the U.S. regulated ETFs were a watershed moment for crypto, bringing in structural demand from traditional pools of capital. They opine. They estimate that by 2025, Bitcoin ETFs will hold roughly 7% of the Bitcoin in the circulation, increasing to 15% by 2033. And as I already mentioned, just the ETFs in the United States already have roughly 5% of the Bitcoin supply. So why wouldn't they have another, 2% by next year? No brainer, easy peasy, conservative, if you're to ask me. So let me know your thoughts. And moreover, Bernstein analysts explained that the Bitcoin halving creates a unique scenario where the natural sell pressure from the Bitcoin miners is reduced by half or even more as they hold on to more Bitcoin in anticipation. Simultaneously, new catalysts for Bitcoin demand emerge, leading to exponential price increases. And they also shared, we believe Bitcoin is in a new bull cycle. Well, it's 100% in a new bull cycle. We've had 3 halvings previous to this 4th halving, which just occurred on April 19th. And history has shown us it's the year preceding the halving. We typically break out parabolic to a new all-time high, and we typically add a 0 at the end of the price action every 4 years. Hypothetically, if we were to add a 0 from today's price, that would take us to 660,000 as a cycle peak. And if we did that from the recent all-time high of 2021, from the previous cycle peak, which I believe we hit on November 10th, 2021. We hit 69,000. Add a 0 to that, we're talking 690,000 per Bitcoin. So let me know your thoughts on that. Now, Bernstein is a traditional, company. So typically they have very conservative estimates, but it's still bullish considering they just raised their base case. 200,000 next year, send it. My personal prediction, that's a bottom. A bull scenario I can easily see being 750,000 for the cycle peak, but my bear scenario is in alignment with their base case because my bear scenario is 222,000. So I am a firm believer Bitcoin can be anywhere from 222,000 next year to 750. Not investment advice. Everything I share personally coming out of my mouth is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know anything. I'm not a financial strategist. I have no background with finance or anything like that. But just my guess, just my speculation for entertainment purposes. Let me know your thoughts, where you feel the Bitcoin price will likely take us. And regarding their $1 million prediction, what are your thoughts on that? Personally, I think that is also kind of bearish because I can see 1 million occurring by 2029. Their prediction is 4 years later by 2033. So I believe that's conservative, but I want to know your thoughts, family. I'm going to read as many of your comments out loud as we can. Welcome to the Q&A live segment of the show. You can ask me anything you like. I'm going to read as many of these comments out loud as I possibly can. Jay Ford says 525 G's next year. Send it. Send it, please. Adding a 0 to the all-time high is 730 since the all-time high was technically in the last epoch. You're right. That was before the halving. Appreciate that. 730 sounds even better to me. Let's go. I am entertained. Good. Watch out for the bear trap. You'll get snapped. 300,000 this cycle. We all go to be ready for the next one. 1 milli for sure. Send it. That's what's up, Russell. Base camp at 200 G's. I agree. There you go. Double 6 figures. Why not? Double lit. You already know when we hit 6 figures, 100K fiesta here in Puerto Rico, you're invited. Join the Discord. It's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net so you can be in the inside whenever we release the location, the dates, and all the event details, family. Be prepared. I only charge Bitcoin for buys, charts alts for the pumping and dumping to make more of the biddies. Amen. Oh, just noticed a little Nippinator in the mirror was wondering where he was at. Yeah. It's I'm not going to front. It's a hot day. So sitting in a warm, blanketed bed, probably not a good look. Nippinator's probably getting up like it's hot in here and then goes to the coal tile and then comes back on the bed, goes back to the coal tile. That's the Nippinator for you. Before I started the stream, we were downstairs watching a movie with my daughter, and he was laying on me on a blanket, just chillaxing. But obviously, in the living room, the AC is amazing and it's not hot. In this room, only in this room, it's hot. And ironic, I spend most of my time in this room. So I'm always sweating. If Trump was combined with international game theory. The Bitcoin market can easily get to 5 trillion. So 350,000 is easily this cycle. 100% with you on that, Kingston Crypto. Hypothetically speaking, if Trump actually does what he is saying he's going to do, and they want America to become like a Bitcoin mining hub, and we can get like 20% of the hash rate in the States, that's pretty massive. I am out. Chill to the cook-off and car show. Enjoy the cook-off and the car show. What are you cooking? You making some chili? Let me know. Nipsey is hot. Are you attracted to Nipsey? What do you mean? I'm just playing, Devon. Yeah, Nipsey is hot because he usually covers up with the blankie. He is so cute. Nipsey to the moon. Nipsey Moondog. Thank you, bud. Not really. Don't have to be smart to avoid the FUD and stick with the positivity of JV and the fam. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. Free balling. That's right. Nipsey is free. Free balling. Yeah.
I can't wait till the feds start showing us love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
You already know. Let's get the Oompas out here. Oompas, take it away.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo.
Doopity-doo.
I've got another halving for you.
Wow, another Bitcoin halving? Tell me more.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-dee. Less mining rewards, more scarcity.
I'm in. Sign me up.
What do you get when your printer goes brr?
What do we get? Great question. How many months do you think we will pump? Typically, it's like an 18-month window post-halving, which means I think that will take us into the fourth quarter of next year. So we're just going to see massive pumpage over the next year and a half. So just figure 2024, the rest of this year, and 2025 for the bulk of the year should be pretty parabolic overall, the overall trend. Will there be massive volatility and corrections in between? 100%. So be prepared. Trump Bitcoin song yet? Oh, we have several. Chandy has produced several. Just FYI, if you don't know. In fact, my favorite, let's see what we got here. There's a good one. This is basically, it's called War Warning. And it's like, it's ultimately a Bitcoin song with Trump. And FYI, for the screen you're looking at, because this time I finally set up the pump watch page. When I'm playing music and interacting with you, do you prefer big face JV, or would you prefer to look at the chart live and in the flesh with little face JV? Let me know. I'll do whatever you prefer. Let me know.
Civil war, if you do it, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to make ice? We will prove it to you, nasty pawns of Satan. We rebuke you. We're not woke, we are awakened. We are BTC hodling folk, we are not faking. La la la, buy the Bitcoin, y'all. We won't be broke. Trump is dope, but you are just a dead dope. You must be smoking dope. A vote for you is a no, nope. Just say no to dope, no to dope. Uh-oh, oh no, tiptoe, I better be quiet. Vampires can handle the light. I don't wanna go to prison, but I'm on a mission. Are you feeling triggered? Yeah, I figured you're vitamin D deficient. You need antidepressants and some common sense. You're inefficient. On our souls, you are dependent. It's a blood-sucking vampire sickness. You have a dark side sickness. Are you feeling these glitches? You keep trying dirty tricks. Joke is gonna be on you. We're breaking out of this matrix. No Diddy-o, lack of sun.
Yeah, this is the other option. So yeah, we can do this now for now on, because I'll set up this scene. That way, during the Q&A, you can still get the live price action. That may be driving more people to the streams. Probably a good idea. You can still see me interacting, and you can see the comments, and we can play music because it's unique. So shout out Chandy on the track. Let's go.
Shine, here's your diagnosis. It's time to give you this prognosis.
And there's the 1 minute chart. If you have a specific preference on the time frame, let me know. But right now, we're going to chill with the 1 minute. Cool?
Your condition is terminal. It's not hypothetical. In the end, evil will fall. Buy some burn cream. It's gonna sting. Burn, need an earner. Oh, ouch. You're looking pale and terribly frail. your time is almost up. Tick, 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 itty tock, that's what's up.
Wow. And as Chandy continues producing these jams, when we have a pump watch, we'll just put like all Chandy's music on an audio track, and we can just have unique music the entire pump watch, and it'll just play on repeat. So I don't have to use copyrighted music. We would typically take like a 12-hour lo-fi, you know, all different music, and then I always can't monetize the video because the stupid copyright. So this is the beauty of having unique music. So thank you, Chandy. I just got that idea. So we're going to put all of your tracks that you produce on one audio and then just put it on a loop, and then we can do these pump watches all night and just have your music playing to the charts. I think that'd be pretty lit.
Tick, 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 bitty gonna talk. The bitty can speak for itself. You, however, you're looking dusty on a shelf. It's a paradox. Trump just kicked your ass on TikTok. Pale-faced, blood-stealing clowns are going down. Down, down, down. Hell is hot, hot, hot. You are not gonna win, win, win. That's a promise to you, Biden. Trump is lit. You're just a desperate prick. You're like a seed tick.
You're just a desperate prick. You're like a seed tick. Oh, this is great.
Now we keep having to pick off. You're ticking us off.
And shout out to the X fan. We appreciate you. I know we got over 500 people here on X. If you guys can repost this, we appreciate it. We're in the Q&A segment of the live show. We're just watching the charts, kicking it, chilling. Feel free to ask me anything you like. And when the YouTube stream ends, we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod on all platforms minus YouTube, just FYI.
We want limited government. I don't mean to be redundant. I'm not a political pundit.
Please, Barek, if you can produce music, let's do that. Just from the Crypto News Alerts fam, we'll have an exclusive track with all of your guys's. It has to be Bitcoin related though. No music, not Bitcoin in it, because obviously everyone's tuned into the stream specifically about Bitcoin. So as long as it's on topic and there's some Bitcoin in it, we'll play the music.
Politics, the unwoke have awakened. A revolution we're creating, all colors of skins. No more dividing. Sorry, Biden. Can't buy this win, so Biden. Creepy Biden, creepy Biden. Star Wars is my jam. Do you want a civil war in this land? Yoda was wise. The Force will be your demise.
Wow, if that's not an omen, I don't know what is. Devon says she actually found the channel watching a pump watch. Go figure. I dig it.
Don't put Trump in jail, that's a warning. Warning.
Here we go. Question. What on and off ramps would you use for borrowing against Bitcoin? On and off ramps. Well, I guess it would be the lender. So hypothetically speaking, you find the lender, might be a bank. With me, it was BlockFi. And then I basically just sent my Bitcoin as collateral, and I think I had to send double the amount of the loan. So hypothetically, I'm not telling you guys exactly what my loan was, but hypothetically pretend my loan was $1 million. You send them $2 million worth of Bitcoin at that time, they send you the cash. And what was cool about it is how fast it was expedited. I think it was within 24 hours from the time I sent them the collateral, they sent me the cash. They just, I guess, wired it to my bank or transferred it to my bank somehow, and then all the cash appeared at my bank, and then I just spent it. Now, the reason I had to go that route is I really wanted to buy this house, and the market here is very competitive, and the cash buyers have an advantage because if you're getting a loan in Puerto Rico, like, it's a very long-winded process. Like, it could be like a 6-month process from the time of getting a loan to purchase a house. It's crazy. It's worse than in the mainland. So I figured, wow, we have all these people wanting to buy this house with a loan. It's going to take them several months. So my thinking was, what if I got a Bitcoin back loan? I get the cash immediately, and then I just tell the seller, yo, I got cash. How about I buy it this weekend? I think I purchased this house within 7 days from the time I looked at it. That's how cool it was, because I saw the house. I'm like, I want it. And then they started telling me, well, there's other people in line, and they're you know, blah, 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 blah. But if their loans fall, you know, you'll be next in line. And I was like, I don't sound so confident. So I'm like, screw a loan. Who wants to borrow money from a bank traditionally? The whole process sucks. So no questions asked. Send your Bitcoin to the lender as collateral. They send you the cash. bada boom, bada bing, you can execute your buy immediately and you have an advantage in the market. And it worked out very well in that sense. So it's pretty simple.
The people are bigger than your golden mask puppet master man.
So let me know if I answered your question. So as far as on-ramp and off-ramp, there was no alternative currency involved. It was just send Bitcoin collateral, they send USD, and then you got to pay back the loan naturally to get your collateral back. That's how it works.
Those sick motherfuckers are hiding behind you. You have a teeny tiny IQ and you are the sucker. So suck this. We're about to sleep up.
I love when Chandy gets gangster in her lyrics. Suck this. It's just like so random. Oh, man. We won't get to 60, but 62 is a hell of a first long buy. Word up. Personally, I would hodl in the volatile market. I went for a double Bitcoin loan. A double loan? What does that mean? A double one. I met a lot of cool members on the Pump Watch. Amen. Nice transaction, JV. Thank you, Devon. Careful with them scams. Amen. Be very careful because virtually everything in crypto is a scam. Put some cold storage links in your merch on socials. Cha-ching. Thank you there, Judson. DeFi is a beautiful way to loan without discrimination. There you go. That is true. You can get a DeFi loan 100% using Bitcoin as collateral. There's a lot of decentralized platforms out there. Just be very careful with what you choose. How many beds and baths a square feet is it, JV? Asked Leonard Ray. Simple. I think it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. 2 floor. So on the first floor is just a half bath. And then upstairs, 3 bedrooms. And 2 full baths. Square feet, I don't know. I would guesstimate living area, maybe 2,800 square feet. Definitely under 3,000 living area. My guess there. I remember the CNA. And another cool thing, I didn't even need an appraisal. My background is real estate appraiser. I was a real estate appraiser for several years in Florida. I've appraised thousands of homes over the years. And purchasing a house with cash, you don't need an appraisal. You don't need so many things. You don't need insurance. You don't need an appraisal. You don't need this. You know how many hoops and loops you got to jump through to buy a house traditionally when you're using a loan through a bank? For Christ's sake, I didn't have to do none of that. That's why I was able to buy the house so quick from the time I had the cash. It's like, done. Let's do it. Sign some papers. Thank you, JV. I got to do some research. Don't want to get tripped up with the regulation. I don't want the government to screw things up. Amen. I remember the CNA Pump Watch when Bitcoin made a new all-time high. That was an epic show. Thank you, Molly. 5-minute chart, please, JV. You got it, JC. You got it. Yeah, so this is the 1 minute we chilling, looking at. Here's the 5-minute. This is the 5-minute chart. Did you say 3,000? Yeah, a little less than 3,000. Like living areas, my guess is 2,800. And then I'm guessing the garage and, other areas we don't include as living area, at least as an appraisal, it would mean living area, the air-conditioned area. My current house is 3,900 square feet, 5 bed and 2.5 baths. That's what's up. Definitely a much bigger house and much warranted as you have a big family. It's me, the Nippinator, and my little one. So it's just the 3 of us. Let's show the Crypto King some love. Thank you, Alex. If you guys can repost this on X, it's appreciated. We're going to continue to stream, at least for the next half an hour, over on X and Rumble. We're also on Kick and Twitch. That is a very decent-sized house around here. That would be like 250 to 3. Yeah. Here it's triple that amount here. But then again, it's location, right? I'm in a brand new community at a very nice, desirable location. And yeah. JV, nice. My house is 1,800 square feet. That's what's up. My very first house was, I think, 800 square feet. Back when I was very young. And yeah, back in the good old days. So that's kind of crazy. Inflation is no joke. And I think that house now that I paid, my first house, that was 800 square feet. I think I paid $69,000 for it now. And it's in a very bad neighborhood, in a very bad area, in a very bad county. And it's probably like $350,000 now, maybe $400,000. The $69,000 home I bought as a first home, just to blow your mind with inflation. It's mind-boggling. And it's a house I highly doubt any of you would want to live at. Not nice at all. My tiny rancher is allegedly worth $200,000 more than when I bought it. The housing market is silly in Maryland. I think that housing market is pretty silly everywhere right now, yo. That's the result of the money printer go. Brr.
Feel nice and knock 'em over the head. It's not even a fair fight. It's like Bitcoin versus the Fed.
Deep bars right there. It's not even a fair fight. It's like Bitcoin versus the Fed. Preach.
The race is rigged. You need new tires, you have no tread. The win is in, no need for betting. You stole our vote and went after Trump. You have no hope, you're headed to the dump. It's time to clean up the house, time to take the trash out to the dump. The dumpster, Roger out, lullaby dog.
There you go. Epic track. That was at the request. Someone asked, is there a Trump Bitcoin song? There you go. But no, we don't have a song yet. Maybe a new version if Chandy is still here. I don't know if she's still on the stream. But you can sample, now that we have Trump verbalizing his, love for Bitcoin, that needs to be sampled in a track. Him talking about, I'll protect the right to self-custody, your Bitcoin. If I'm elected, there will be no CBDC. Like, we need this, him talking about, I will pardon Ross Ulbricht. We need this sampled in some of the tracks, because straight up coming from Trump's own mouth, now that we have that, right? That'd be pretty lit as well. So good stuff. You must have pissed off the YouTube censors, Don George. Don says, crazy, none of my comments are getting through. That's sad. You got to keep in mind censorship is at an all-time crazy level, and especially with election season later on this year. You already know November is going to get wild. So that's the world we're living in, unfortunately. Big social media don't want us to express ourselves clearly. My old house in San Diego is going for over $1 million. Crazy. We did have a pool too. Wow. So $1 million, eh? What was it when you purchased it or lived in it, and how many years ago? I'd like to know that. Let me know. My house I spent $155,000 on in 2017 is now worth 300 G's. I'm not surprised there. So that means it virtually doubled in 7 years? Yep. You basically doubled the property value in 7 years. I am glad we are having a pump watch. I was watching my Bitcoin widget last night nonstop. Oh, for real. But after the elections, politicians always give two issues about their promises. This is true. I'm still awaiting for Trump to lock up Hillary from his previous term. Crooked Hillary. Crooked Hillary. If I'm elected president, she's going to jail. I'm going to drain the motherfucking swamp. Anyways. There's a cool song called I Love Trumpet by the Particles. Trump it. Oh, wow. I haven't heard that. Is it a good song is my question. Yeah, inflation is wild. Inflation is wild. 760 G's in 2007. Wow, short sold it in 2013. Wow, that's a long time ago, yo. So yeah, I would imagine it's over $1 million now. It's probably $2 million. Trump actually kept his promises in the last term. What about the Crooked Hillary promise? The only thing I remember. Crooked Hillary. Crooked Hillary. Now we got Crooked Joe, but I think we replaced that name with Stinky Joe. Anyways, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream. So if you're on YouTube, head on over to X or Rumble. The stream is going to continue uncensored, so I can talk my ish and we can talk about anything we want. But the YouTube stream is about to end right now. So head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. If you're on X or Rumble, Kick or Twitch, you're good. You don't got to go anywhere. So, but YouTube stream, it's over. All right. And we're going to switch it out.